What's up, everybody? Today on the podcast, we are talking about celebrating the little things. Everyday things we take for granted, we should be celebrating on a daily basis. The Frame of Mind Inc. podcast starts right now. Get your mind right. Get your mind right. It's a frame of mind. What's up, everybody? It's Simbawi Nibai Jr., aka TK, along with my man Omar Williams. We call him O. Say what's up to the peeps.
What's going on, good people?
It's another lovely Wednesday, and y'all know how we do. We jump right in, get things started. But before we do that, it is Affirmation Wednesday, and y'all know every Wednesday we get our affirmations in and out the way. And whatever day you're looking at this, whether you're getting the replay of the video or the audio, it could be affirmation, whatever day that is, whatever time of day it is, morning, afternoon, or evening, or as Fred Hammond would say, late in the midnight hour. All right, here we go. Are you ready? Let's do it. Today will be a good day. Today will be a great day. Today will be an awesome day. Today will be an amazing day. Today will be a phenomenal day. Today will be stress-free. Today will be a stress-less day. Today, I will overcome all barriers that want to block my progress. Today, all circumstances and issues and situations will work in my favor. Today, all things will line up for my good. I am a go-getter. I am victorious. I am triumphant. I am an overcomer. I never lose. I either win or I learn. I take authority over this day. I will dominate this day. I will conquer this day. And everything I have spoken into this day will happen as I have affirmed, because I am more than a conqueror. Let's get it popping. So today's discussion, we're talking about celebrating the little things. Celebrating the little things. And whatever those little things are to you, that is 100% fine. We're going to talk about some things we take for granted on a daily basis. Just literally everyday stuff that we just expect to happen because that's the way life is. And that's what we've been taught, what we've learned, and kind of what we just kind of groom ourselves into from the time we're born, through our childhood stages, all the way through teenage stage to being in adulthood. And it's natural because we're human beings, and this is kind of like this is what's expected to happen on a daily basis, but we really take for granted that others don't really have for themselves, and it's basic everyday stuff. So before we get into that, the world we live in now is so caught up in just instant gratification. Technology, and social media and all this other stuff that we have at our fingertips has kind of shaped our minds to instant gratification. Because now with the internet, you can click of a button, you can go somewhere that fast. Lickety split. Before, when the internet first, was being introduced to us, it was dial-up. And dial-up took a minute. You couldn't you had that waiting for it to find something to get to. So you had to have a little more patience because, it was new. We're trying to get things going. And, and sometimes the internet didn't work. I would say, depending on where you were, half the time, internet didn't work.
Right.
Got to wait for things to happen. And all right, I'll come back to it later to see if if it generates and does what it's supposed to do. And as time went on, the internet got a little faster, got a little better, excuse me. And then dial-up just went out the window. And then it became, now we're all about, Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi came along. It's like, we can just hook up the stuff, wirelessly and not even have, all this dial-up stuff. And then with Wi-Fi came, then Verizon came around with, fiber optics, which is supposed to be faster than any other thing. And now
Mm-hmm.
you got all these different things out there. So now you can have speeds up to, whatever per second. And now it's like you go anywhere on Google, type it in, search it, get to it, boom, and go. Or anywhere else on the internet, just type in an email, type in a web address, boom, you're there. Type in anything you want, literally anything you want, and it's there in a matter of seconds or less. And so I believe that that us being caught up in instant gratification, it's put us into like a state of being ungrateful, and greedy, and et cetera, et cetera. And let's be honest, technology has played a major role in this. And so as it developed over time, to a degree, it kind of made us worse. Now, this is my opinion. It's not my strong opinion or my strong belief. It's my opinion. To a degree, technology, the vastness of technology kind of made us worse. But then COVID came along and it slowed everything down. And it kind of forced us to go back to being patient, to go back to waiting, to go back to seeing what really was meaningful in our lives. And so you had to, enjoy the moment, like the moment you had, because at that moment in time, all you had was you and your family inside the house, unless you lived alone, in an apartment building or whatever. But you had to enjoy those moments because you got to kind of spend time together more often than not because you were on lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
And so we want to give you guys just 10 things, 10 little things we can celebrate on a daily basis to really start to, shape and frame your mind to think differently and to be more thankful and more grateful. Before we get into that, you got anything before we start here?
Now, I just want to add to tell the people too, like how you said everything sped up and things got faster and faster and faster. This is not about celebrating the little things, but just to give somebody a little nugget of what to look into to see why that happened. Look up Moore's Law. It's MOORESLAW. And what it shows you is how technology went from these big old computers down to your handheld iPhone, to where the same processing power and the same thing you got in a big computer back in the day, you get it in your phone now. And just look that up and see where it's going and why this metaverse stuff and the cloud stuff and all that other extra stuff. They're trying to figure that out. So I'm sorry, brother. I just want
No,
to
man,
add
that's interesting that
Yeah.
you say that, because that'd be something worthwhile looking up, because you never know what
for
you
sure. And it kind of lets you know why they're like, people look at the metaverse and go, what's the point? Well, you'll know why. You'll understand it more when you start to get into what technology. Make a long story short, they're running out. Like, you can't. It's not but so many microchips you can start. A microchip can't get no smaller than an atom, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, once it starts to get to that point, the more power it can't create. But I'm deviating from the podcast, man.
No, man, you good, because like we said, technology and the internet has changed our thought patterns of instant gratification.
Exactly.
And guess what? It's going to get faster.
And that's what I was trying to get. That's what I was trying to eventually get at. Like, they're thinking of ways to make it even faster, to the point where, like, you just put on a pair of glasses and everything's at your finger or at your eyesight, So yeah, man.
and let's be honest, and we'll continue to move on here.
Yeah,
us here in America, we're behind where we're like Tokyo is. Let's just say, like Tokyo, they get everything before everybody else does. They're years ahead of anybody else. Like when it hits America, whenever it hits America, Tokyo's already had it for like 6 years, 5, 6
Mm-hmm.
years.
Mm-hmm.
So, just saying. Anyway, let's
Yeah,
get back
yeah,
on
yeah,
track.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Get back on track. So here are 10 things we take for granted. And forget my voice here. I got a little something in my throat, so I got my water here. 10 things that we can celebrate on a daily basis that we take for granted that someone else may not even have to even celebrate in any capacity of normalcy in their lives. This is in no particular order, but I put it in this order based on what I thought it should be from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed at night. That's all. Number one, waking up in the morning. How about that?
Right.
Because someone else didn't.
Right.
Like every day, someone's born, and every day someone dies. That is not science. It's not even a fact. That's truth. Every day someone's born, every day someone dies. I mean, there's people all over the world. There's too many to even count. And every day this happens. I mean, if you ever read the newspaper from back in the day, and if you still read it now, that's fine. There was always an obituary. Every single day, there's an obituary of saying who passed away on that day. And that's all that they know.
Mm-hmm.
That's not including those that we don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
So waking up in the morning every day, be thankful because someone else didn't. I won't elaborate on that too much. I'm going to keep it rolling. Number two, being able to do for yourself because there are others who cannot. Being able to brush your teeth, being able to wash your hands, being able to go to the bathroom on your own is a blessing in itself. Being able to walk, use your legs on your own, use your arms, turn your neck from side to side. These little small things we just don't really think about them until you kind of have an injury in life or something happens or you have to go to the hospital or you have to go to the doctor or get medicine, whatever. Then it's like, oh man, I didn't realize how much my index finger was important to my hand.
Important to my hand. Yeah, that's good.
I mean,
That's good.
That's even smaller.
That's good, man.
How good my index finger is to my hand movement and development. How it is important for me to write, to point at things. Sometimes with your index finger, if it's hurt, you can't even actually point at anything because your other fingers are connected to a degree.
Wow.
If you can't make a fist because one of your fingers are swollen, that's how important your fingers are to your hand, to your body, to your daily function. Just saying. Number three, seeing a brand new day. And I'll elaborate. That goes with waking up in the morning, but the elaboration on seeing a brand new day is just because it's Monday and it's the same routine with the same thing, it's still a brand new day.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Monday you have not seen yet. And every Monday you get throughout your entire life that you can remember back to the first Monday you remember to the last one you're going to get when you leave this earth, every Monday is a brand new day, regardless of your routine being the same thing all the time. Every Tuesday, every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is a brand new day, brand new week, brand new month, brand new year. That simple. Number four, having a roof over your head because someone else does not.
Awesome.
People are homeless. They have no roof over their head. There are people who live in other countries who have houses, per se, but there's no roofs on those houses. There's a guy I used to work with some years ago who was from Puerto Rico, living over here in the States. And he said every year he would make a trip to Puerto Rico to go see his family. And he would stay with his cousin in Puerto Rico. And the house his cousin lived in Puerto Rico didn't have a roof on it. Had walls, and even possibly windows, but the windows were open. It's not like it was glass. There were open windows, but there was no roof on top of it because of the simple fact that that's how they lived in Puerto Rico and that part of Puerto Rico. That they didn't have enough money. They didn't make enough money to put a roof on their house. Go ahead, O.
Nah, just to go back to that, I should have cut you off earlier, but like,
No, you good.
just to go back to the last point about the new Monday, you know what I'm saying? It's a new shit. Like, that's big, man, because just having the gratitude that you get a chance now. Like, I know people don't believe in New Year's resolutions. Some people don't believe in, how people say starting their diet Monday.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? For some people, man, it changes everything. That Monday could be the beginning of a lifetime for people, or that new year could be the beginning of a lifetime for people. I'm the trading guy. I'm the stock man. So there's a strategy that we kind of go by that it says every hour is a new day.
I like it.
Every hour you get a chance to get it right.
Yeah.
Whatever direction the market's going in. So that's even for our life. Like every day could be a new eternity. Every day could be a new future. Like just having the gratitude that I get a chance to get it right. Like even if I messed up on Tuesday, Wednesday is a whole nother 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? And after midnight, I could get it right today. You know what I'm saying? So that just having that gratitude and then piling on the other stuff with that of what you were saying about we woke up. I woke up to be able to have this second chance. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
I just wanted to add that on, brother.
Yeah, man, definitely. And one thing that kind of gets me when I talk to people and it's Monday, they're like, yeah, it's Monday. I'm like, yeah, it is.
Right.
Be happy you got up today and that you have a job to go to, even though you may not like it. But I know it's Monday, but yesterday was Sunday. You didn't say, oh, it's Sunday. It's like we have this mindset that people have and they pour it on you.
Right.
And now you're like, oh, it's Monday. Oh, the case of the Mondays. I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to even play into that.
Mm-hmm.
Have a great day. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Or like, oh, it's almost Friday. Yeah, well, yesterday was almost Thursday. I mean, okay. What's the difference? No, don't get me wrong. I get it. You're living for Friday. That's the weekend. I get it. But if you approach, and I said it before, if you approach every day like Friday, your week will be amazing.
That's huge, man. That's a gem.
If you approach every day like Friday, your week will be amazing, regardless of what's going on.
Exactly.
Now, of course, you're going to have times where things aren't going to go your way. I get it. You're going to have a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, even possibly. Maybe even a bad year, possibly. But if you approach every day like Friday, I mean, look at where your mindset could be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, brother.
Number 5, a tub or shower with clean running water.
That's awesome.
Or water in general to use. Now, I know some of you out there are saying, Simbawi, I don't have clean water. And most of us don't really have clean water. It's as clean as it's going to get. The water may not be perfectly crystal clear and from Mount Fuji, you know what I mean, where the spring waters are nice and clear, but your water's not brown. It's not black. It's not green or any other color that has stuff in it that you can't. Taking a shower or a bath doesn't really matter because your water's dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Or for that matter, you have no water in general and you can't take a bath or a shower. Be thankful for it.
Right.
There are plenty of people in other countries who either do not have running water at all, or they only have cold water and don't have hot water, or the water's not clean, meaning not clean enough for them to actually do something to get themselves clean, get their clothes clean, etc., etc. Be thankful for your water. And then on top of that, let's not waste water either. Let's have a mindset of not wasting water. Because listen, the more water you waste, the higher your bill is going to be. The more water you waste, somebody might not like this, but the more water you waste, the more ungrateful you seem to be. Because you have it, you're wasting it. I'm just saying. Take a break right here. We'll come back. I'll leave that on that note. We'll take a break right here real quick. Come back with the last five and do a little small discussion, and we'll complete the podcast for today. Frame My Name Podcast. We'll be back in a moment. Are you looking for an apparel company that's positive, uplifting, and truly cares about you? Then look no further. Frame of Mind Inc., an apparel brand company, impresses on individuals to think positive thoughts, say positive things, and do positive deeds. Get positive apparel, such as t-shirts, hoodies, and wristbands for children, teens, and adults in various colors and sizes. Customized services include logo and t-shirt design, screen printing, and embroidery for individuals, families, schools, profit, and nonprofit organizations. You can reach Frame of Mind Inc. at 302-689-3499 or visit their website at www.frameofmindinc.com. Frame of Mind Inc. Think it, speak it, achieve it. Welcome back to the Frame of Mind Inc. podcast. Before we left for break, we were giving you the top 5 out of 10 of little things to celebrate / be grateful for. And to give you just a rundown of what we talked about. Number 1, waking up in the morning. Number 2, being able to do for yourself. Number 3, seeing a brand new day. Number 4, having a roof over your head. Number 5, a tub or shower with clean running water, or water in general for that matter, to be able to clean yourself, clean your clothes, etc., etc. Now we get to the last 5 of this list here of being able to celebrate the little things on a daily basis. Daily basis, okay? Not just every other day, every other week, every single day. And it all starts, I believe, with waking up in the morning. Number 6, clothes to wear. Clothes to wear. Why? Because someone else does not have them. Someone else doesn't have shoes to wear on their feet. They don't have pants. They don't have a shirt to put on. They don't have clean underwear. If they have underwear. Let's be honest. With all of the money that we make in this world, whether you are wealthy, rich, okay, average, or poor, you would think we could fix a number of the problems in the world that we have. You would think so. But the word of Yahuwah says that the poor will always be among you.
Mm-hmm.
And as unfortunate that is, being grateful for what you have, this is a daily thing. Like, even those who are wealthy, to a degree, they complain about things. I've been around wealthy people, and some of the things that some of them complain about, I'm like, are you serious? I'll take one example, and I'll move on. One thing that bothers me with athletes is when they go to ask for more money and they don't get it, but you're already making millions. And you want more, and there's nothing wrong with that. Especially if you know you deserve more, you feel you deserve more, whatever. And there's money out there to be handed out. I get that. Even on your job, you want to make more money, you want to move up, you want a promotion, whatever. I get that. But from a wealthy standpoint, and not all athletes are wealthy. Some of them may make a lot of money, but they spend a lot of it too.
There you go.
But the ones that have the wealth and they're doing right, it's like, what do you need more millions for?
Right.
And having it is fine. But then if you don't get it, you're upset and you're pouting and you're mad about it. I'm like, and to my own opinion, either you're not doing right with your money or you're just being greedy. That's my own opinion. I'm not trying to throw shade on any athletes to ask for more money. I'm not. All I'm saying is when you're making that much money and you want more, but they can't give or offer you more, or they give you more, but it's not what you asked for, and you still complain. Come on, man. Come on. That's just my little sidebar. That's all. All right.
No, that goes with that's with the topic. No gratitude, man.
No gratitude.
Just forgetting, yes, you might be owed more money, but like if you really look at the grand scheme of things, come on, man. You got guaranteed 35 million. Now you want 85. Okay, I get it. You deserve it, but like, come on, man. Like, let's really think about what's going on here. Like,
exactly. You make more money than 100 people make in a lifetime.
Yeah. And probably more than that in a lifetime. If you do the math, but yeah.
Exactly. So just saying. Number 7, food on your table. Because someone else, again, doesn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's the same meal night after night after night. Story from my family from when I was growing up with my mother and father and my brothers. There was a time, I didn't even know this until my father explained to us. There was a time where we used to eat pork and beans and hot dogs for dinner every single night. Now, I was too young to know this. I might have been, 3 or 4 years old, maybe even 5 years old. And it's a lot I remember as a young child, but the food we ate, that's not a recollection of me. I remember moments in my life, but the eating food thing, that's foreign to me. As my father said, he would always feel bad every time he would come home from work. And we say, "Hey, Daddy, what's for dinner tonight?" He would say, "Pork and beans and hot dogs." We'd go, "Yay!" He said he would go in the next room and he would feel so horrible because it'd be the same thing every night. But we didn't care. We were just glad to have food.
Glad to eat, man. Yeah.
And for him, I get it. He's the head of the household. He's the man. He's going to work. It's like the same thing every night. Like he couldn't offer his family anything more than pork and beans and hot dogs. But for us, it was golden. But for him, it was a burden. But when he looked back at it, he said, "You guys were so grateful for those pork and beans and them hot dogs." And I had the mindset of, "Oh, it's the same thing every night and I can't do any better." But we had food and we were fine. We got by. Someone else doesn't have it. Someone on the street living homeless doesn't have pork and beans and hot dogs. They barely have enough to get by every day. Be thankful. And that's an everyday mindset. I have to tell myself, like, we have leftovers so my wife cooks most times on Sundays for the entire week. And sometimes the food that she cooks, it lasts 3 days. So we're eating the same thing for 3 days. Okay. When that's out, then the next meal comes along that lasts for the next 2 or 3 days. And sometimes she might do spaghetti that might last 4 days. Mm-hmm. Same thing 4 nights. Spaghetti goes a long way.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on how big your family is, you might have to make a little more. But again, it goes a long way. It's like, look, be thankful. We could not have any food to eat. Number 8, a vehicle to drive. Why again? Because somebody else does not. That's why. Even if it's not the latest vehicle. Even if you have no heat in your car. You have no AC in your car. Your car makes a lot of noise when you start it, when you drive it, when you're sitting at a red light and it's making that sound, etc. And I'm going to tell you why. I've been there. I've had a car with no heat.
Yeah.
I've had a car with no air. I've had a car that made noise. My wife has as well. All praise to Elohim. We've graduated from that point. We've been there before. Like everything I'm talking about, I've been there before at least once in my life, if not multiple times. Go ahead, O.
Yeah, man. So as of the last maybe 3 weeks, we've been down to one vehicle. So what that means is, so like again, you take for, like my man said, you take it for granted, having two cars, being able to, one person take this person here, the other one takes this kid there. We've been down to one car for the last 3 weeks. So we've all had to get up as a whole family, because we never do that. We usually split it up. I had to be the guy to take my daughter here, take my wife and son where they go. Then I had to go to work, or like, and I also work, like, so I work 3 days a week, and I had to change that schedule to working kind of every day, but less hours. So I was going to work, coming back, pick my daughter up from the bus stop, then go get my wife and son, then we come back home. And but make a long story short is having gratitude, because again, like I said, we never do that. So we were able as a family for 3 weeks straight to be in the car together, to enjoy each other. And but it was hard, and it put perspective, like, man, there's people who are doing this, like, not 3 weeks. There's people that are doing this because why? They can't they can't afford another car, or you know what I'm saying? Or the second car in the family breaks down all the time. So they're always, and then not even that, take it a step further, there's people that don't even have a car. So they're at the bus with their children. They're at the DART bus with their children. So,
or they have to walk.
Man. So like, yeah, man. So as much as it was a stretch for us, you had to put yourself in that mindset of, you know what, let's be grateful that we even have a car, that we got car seats
Exactly.
to take the kids where they had to go. So
there are certain things. Actually, I'll say that for the end. I won't do that now. I'll say that for the end.
Okay.
So again, I've been there. Number 9, money coming in, however it may be, legally. Okay, I want to put that in there. Money coming in, however it may be, legally, because someone else does not. And I stress legally because it says money coming in, however it may be. I wanted to stress legally because we're not saying however you can get money, go get it. No, I'm not saying that. Legally, whatever job you have, whatever work you're doing that brings in money, be thankful for it. It may not be enough to you or for you, but I always tell people who I mentor and coach all the time, something is better than nothing. Something is better than nothing. Because nothing from nothing leaves nothing. But something plus nothing equals something. Just saying. I'm not going to elaborate on that. We'll be here for another half an hour doing that. Number 10, your health. Your health. Because someone else, their health is not good. It's not well. Sickness, being in the hospital, or contracting or having a disease, or ailments in your body, and the list just kind of can go on and on. Be thankful and grateful and celebrate your good health. And it's going to come times when you may be sick. You may have to go to the hospital, or whatever else may happen to you. But celebrate your good health. Celebrate the fact that you have, people always say in the church, having life, health, and strength. Like, celebrate that. That's important, because someone else is not able to celebrate their health. They're constantly sick all the time. They're constantly in the hospital, or for that matter, they live in the hospital, meaning they can't come out the hospital. They have to stay there because of how bad their health is.
Right.
You have a disease, you contracted a disease, you have something that doesn't allow you to do for yourself.
Right.
Doesn't allow you to take a shower or be in a tub by yourself, or doesn't allow you to put your clothes on by yourself, doesn't allow you to feed yourself. Like, all this stuff goes together. It's just broken down individually to kind of give you a mindset of what to celebrate and be thankful and grateful for. But without your health, you couldn't do half of the stuff on this list. Steve Jobs said, you can have all the money in the world, have all the possessions in the world. If you don't have your health, it means absolutely nothing because you can't enjoy it. And for those of you who don't know, Steve Jobs is the founder and owner. He was the founder and owner of Apple. And all you out there with Apple products, Apple phones, iPods, iPads, and everything else, that man's the reason you have that. Because he had a vision. Once he got sick, and eventually he passed away from that sickness. That was one of the last things he said and wrote. If you don't have your health, none of this matters. Because you can't enjoy it and you can't distribute it. Because you're not able to do for yourself. That's all I got today. All we got today. But the one thing I was going to say earlier is that, Elohim has ways of bringing us back to the basics, bringing us back to understanding what's really important. And so when O was talking about, having that one vehicle and them all being in there for those 3 weeks, I'm pretty sure perspective kicked in. He's like, you know what? How often do we spend time together as a family outside of maybe the dinner table? If we do that,
right?
Because the week gets so hectic, you sometimes might eat the dinner table once a week,
right?
Out of that Monday to Friday, 5 days, or Sunday to Saturday, whatever you want to call it, 7 days a week. So you spend time together, you get to see each other more often, you get to enjoy each other more often, and you also get to see what characteristics about your spouse or your children you've missed because of how busy you've been, how your children have changed and grown over the past year. Just like the small things, like what they like to eat, how they talk, how they laugh, how your wife sitting next to you as you drive, how beautiful she is. I mean, small stuff, dude, that we just take for granted and don't celebrate. So Elohim has a way of just saying, you know what, I got to remove this right here just to bring you back into perspective of just how good I am and how more grateful and thankful you should be that you're able to do these 10 things on this list and even more. So what you got, before we go?
No, man, just back to that main point I tried to make earlier about again, like I said, it's a trading plan. It says every hour is a new day.
Yeah.
There's a song by my man, what's his name? Rome TK. He got the song Minute by Minute.
Yeah.
We could do every minute could be a new day. Every hour could be a new day. Every day could be a new day. Every week can be the start of something that can change your life forever. And to get there, though, you need to be grateful for the process. Be grateful for the times when you don't have it. Be grateful for the moments that, be grateful for the one car. Be grateful for the bus fare.
Imagine that.
Right? Like, be grateful for that. Like, it goes on and on and on and on and on. And again, like, if I'm speaking to a wealthy person or a person that's, millions, billions, they got things that they got to be grateful for. Like, it's, it's things I'm sure they reflect on and go, man, look where we came from. Look, remember when I used to be in the office hours?
Yeah.
Couldn't see the kids. Now we got this and now I can. So,
yeah.
So let's just be grateful for the little things. Let's celebrate the little things.
Celebrate the little things.
Yeah.
And listen, the little things eventually become big things.
They do.
The more you celebrate the small things, when big things happen and come, you can look back and say, man, I was glad that I celebrated that. Celebrate your children, celebrate your spouse, celebrate whatever it is you can do. Celebrate them, celebrate it. Be in the moment. Be in the moment. Don't let it pass you by. All right. So for all of us here at the Fair Minded Podcast, we're going to leave you guys on that note. Always continue to think it, speak it, and achieve it. And until next week, I holla. Thank you for joining the Frame of Mind Inc. podcast. And as always, here at Frame of Mind Inc., think positive thoughts, say positive things, and do positive deeds. As our tagline says, think it, speak it, achieve it. See you next time.
It's a frame of mind. It's what you say and what you do.
Don't forget to check us out on the web at www.frameofmindinc.com, where you can browse our online apparel store, listen to some of our original music and production services, as well as view our videos and projects we've done for our clients and customers.